Alright ladies, here's a question for you. Do you think that a man can sometimes walk away from a woman he loves? Can he decide to leave you, even though he still has feelings for you? As a coach, one expression that I hear quite often is, always smile, I love her, but I'm not in love with her anymore, right? And what is the difference? You're probably thinking, well, it means that he cares for you. He has deep affection towards you, but the attraction and romantic aspects got lost or weakened. And now he sees you as a friend instead of a lover. Now, whether this has happened to you or not, I highly suggest you to watch this video because I promise you, this will be one of the most important elements to understand when it comes to building a romantic relationship and avoiding painful heartbreaks and divorces, which I don't know if you noticed, but there seems to be a lot of that every day more and more. So let's explore the 5 reasons men may leave the women they love and see what are those aspects that can make or break the connection between you two. Our first stop in this exploration is the subject of intimacy. You know, when it comes to love languages, I find the majority of men are driven by physical touch. Something that I noticed, for example, is when there's a group of men, okay, and they're talking about a first date or an exchange that they had with a woman, they always focus on the physical interaction first. You know, they mention things like, she kissed me this way or that way, her skin was so soft, the smell of her hair was incredible, right? It's all about the palpable details. I've met and coached several guys, okay, that were willing to compromise so many things. I'm talking, you know, being with a narcissistic woman, manipulators, thousands of red flags because they had a great intimacy with that woman. Like, I remember this guy in particular that he was going to move to another country for a woman, okay? He had been dating her for 6 months, and in my opinion, she was not a great partner, but these were his exact words that he told me. Ismael, I'm willing to go anywhere because no woman turns me on like she does. So imagine a scenario where the demands of daily life, you know, the stress, have led to a decline in intimacy between you and the man that you love, because these things happen, you know, slowly. They never happen overnight. It's a slow process day by day. And it's happened to me, so I know the experience that one day you suddenly wake up and now you're like roommates. You know, there's no passion, no romance, all is gone. Alright, beautiful. As our second point, let's talk about a man's needs. Because I've discussed in many videos that a man who's with you solely based on satisfying his needs is likely to leave once those needs change. And to understand this, always consider there's 2 fundamental types of relationships that I always mention here. There's a needs-based and a share-based relationship. In a needs-based relationship, most men have a clear objective. They want something from you. You know, it might be your youth, your beauty, or something that strokes their ego. For example, imagine there's a man, okay, that is at a very low point in his life. He's feeling lonely and depressed. No one that supports him, okay? And let's say that you start dating this man, and now he's getting all this validation from you, boosting his ego, you know, you're both having a lot of fun, but later, if he becomes successful, you know, he has access to, let's say, all the things that he lacked before. Not always, but many times what happens is that he will start craving someone new, because in a way, you know, he feels that he outgrew those needs that he had and now he wants something else. And I'll put it in a simple analogy so you can understand better, but imagine that this man, okay, he's always thirsty and you offer him water. Now, every time that you see him drink your water, he looks very excited and happy, right? But once that he's no longer thirsty, you know, one day he can be, well, you know what? I'm craving something with a bit more sugar, you know, so maybe I should go and find some orange juice. And there he goes to find that. On the other hand, imagine a guy that is not thirsty. You know, he has many drinks, let's say, that he knows how to make. But now with the ingredients that you bring, he says, look, you know, we can make better drinks together. You know, he finds pleasure in giving you and building things with you, right? Because he feels that you are a teammate. He doesn't see you as someone who's there only to please him. I made a post on Instagram the other day, you know, talking about what's the one emotion that a man needs to feel in order to fall in love with you. And the answer is the emotion of loss. The more you love something, the more you don't want to lose that, right? So imagine a situation where a man doesn't truly feel the consequences of losing you, because in a way you become predictable. And this is the essence of being taken for granted, right? He knows how you behave no matter what he does. Now, let's say that he loves you, but the internet, with all the dating apps, websites, Instagram models, suddenly triggers in him the deathly FOMO, also known as the fear of missing out. He sees all these other beautiful women, and maybe one of them starts flirting with him. If he takes you for granted, he might consider that, maybe I can go date this woman. If it doesn't work out, I can always come back to you because you love me so much that I know that you forgive anything. Of course, he's not going to tell you this, but that's what he's going to be thinking. I've seen this scenario a million times, okay, including in my own family. So if you ever feel being taken for granted, change the way that you're handling your relationship. And if you want more tips for that, I suggest that you watch my video here on the channel titled What Men Want in Women and Relationships. As we all know, people are most excited in the starting phase of a relationship, right? That honeymoon phase. And this is because our minds are eager to know more about each other, right? Our curious, let's say, human nature keeps us on the edge, wanting to see more. But then, eventually, slowly, things kind of start to slow down a bit, right? Now, when this curiosity turns into predictability, it can cast a shadow over the connection that you have. Just like I said with being taken for granted, a loss of curiosity can also lead to him and you feeling unfulfilled in the relationship. I've seen many couples that fall into a routine where every day is the same. Your partner knows your schedule down to the minute, and there's little room for anticipation or surprise. And think about this, ladies. If I were to give you a gift every week, and you knew exactly what it was, would there be any fun in it? Or if instead, let's say I give you a gift, but it was always wrapped inside a box, and you had to guess what's in it, that curiosity, will create certain excitement that you would always be looking forward to it every week. Therefore, in relationships, it's essential to maintain a healthy balance between togetherness and individuality, okay? Spending every single waking moment together, sharing every detail of your day, and knowing every move of your partner can slowly strip away the sense of mystery. So have your own circle of friends that you go and hang out with, engage in activities that fuel your passion, and allow your partner the space to miss you. So when he sees you, he's curious to see how your day has been and the stories that you have to tell. As the final point of this video, let's look at a critical aspect that many people don't think about, and that is the lack of intellectual stimulation. Let me tell you that men want to be challenged by their partners, okay? They may not say it, but I'm telling you, this is a fact. The thrill of engaging in thought-provoking conversations, sharing diverse perspectives and exploring new ideas creates an intense sense of connection. Now, think of a woman that always tells her man that he's the best at everything. He's the smartest, he's the most handsome, he's the hardest worker. Yes, that's all great, and trust me, it feels amazing to hear when a woman tells you those things, but sometimes you have to poke that ego a little bit, all right? Like, I'll give you an example with my last ex, okay? Sometimes I would finish a YouTube video like this one, and I would show it to her, and then she would say that she loved it, but she always pointed out, a couple of things that I could improve on. So obviously at first, I will get annoyed, right? Like most of men will react, and I will start arguing and saying, no, this video is perfect and I don't need to change it. But then as I looked at the video over and over, I would think about what she said, and not only that, every time that I finished the video, who do you think was the first person that I wanted to show it to, right? Because I knew that she would always tell the truth. She would also push me to do better. And I promise you that every man wants a woman like that next to him, okay? A woman that cheers him up, but also keeps him accountable and is not afraid to speak her mind. All right, ladies, there you have it. 5 reasons men may leave the woman they love. Now, something I think I'll start doing is putting a quote or a question at the end of all of my videos. So you can, take this home and think about it deeply. Now, today, here's the question that I want you to think about. Is love a choice or a feeling that you can't control? Think about that. Can we decide who we fall in love with, or does it happen with us being able to control it? Thanks to all of you for subscribing to my channel and leaving your wonderful comments. I'm glad that you continue to want to learn about love, relationships, and personal growth. Because like I always say, for your relationships to change, you need to change. Have a beautiful day.